Yo, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And also, if you need some high beats, holla at my boy, Nato Valley, MrValleyBeats.com. Hottest B-side. That's right. Yeah. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and enjoy.
All right, we live.
Man, Mr. Dodge, man, I just want to tell you, man, it's a pleasure, man, to meet you, man. I heard a lot of good stuff about you, and I seen you, had the luxury to see you play before, so.
Appreciate you, brother.
Yeah,
Appreciate
man.
you, brother. Hey,
Yeah.
your co-host right there, man. His daddy raised me in full height. Used to come out there and beat us. Look at he part of the reason how tough is what I had. Come out there and beat us down, man. Him and Reggie and them old cats, man. I was like, Bobo and them used to beat us down, man. It had to be tough, man. Play that cat daddy for real, for real.
I heard a lot of stories, man.
Oh man, full of height on Sundays, boy. Your daddy was real, man. Him and them cats, man. Paul and Reggie Williams, they was live, for real.
That's real.
Mm-hmm.
No, man. So, Dedrick Dogs, man, welcome to Goat Talk, man.
Appreciate it.
We definitely like to give flowers to what we call goats, man. I definitely look at you as a goat, straight up.
Yeah, most definitely, man. Listen, I heard a lot about you since I was a little kid, man. So just to hit on what you were saying, and want to thank everybody for tuning in. Two-time Super Bowl champion Dedrick Dodge joining Go Talk, man. It's a pleasure. It's an honor. 8-year NFL career, Florida State legend, man. I'm just excited to get into it, man.
Hey, man, like, share, subscribe. Go Talk. Like, share, subscribe.
Oh, man, live.
All right, Abe. So, Mr. Dodge, man, so playing football in East Brunswick in New Jersey and Mulberry. So, tell us about that. Like, is that where you started?
I was a baseball player up north, raised by my aunties and grandmothers and great grandmothers and everybody else. And I didn't move to Mulberry to 10th grade, but I didn't play football until I got to Mulberry. I was a baseball player. That's the only sport I played. Well, I say soccer too up north. I always thought I was too small, but the one thing when I got to Mulberry, man, the cats, man, they was welcoming, and they didn't like, sometimes it's rough in cities, man, especially in the Northeast. Cats can be rough, you know what I'm saying? And I was like shy, timid, you know what I mean? I raised by women. I didn't know how to like really fight back as far as on that. But when I got to Mulberry, it kind of gave me confidence. And then once I got that confidence, man, I mean, it's been everything else uphill since then. But it was Mulberry, man. I owe it to Cedric Jones and Greg Carr and Joe Dukes and those guys that came to Mulberry and invited me out to play because I didn't want to play. I was like, man, I'm not playing. But I thought I was too skinny. But once they got me out there, you know what I mean? I was already an athlete, but I was scared to put on helmet and pads. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never did no hit and things like that. But it was them that got me in. It was Mulberry community, full of height, Nichols, Willow Oak, and all the surrounding areas of Mulberry and all those cats, man, they really got me in, man, and supported me and gave me the confidence. And then the rest is just wanting to represent, you know what I'm saying? I want to represent full of height. And yo, cause like, and yo, he know Mulberry is consisted of a lot of surrounding neighborhoods. You got East Mulberry, you got Willow Oak, you got Bradley, you got Nichols, you got Shepherd Road, you know what I'm saying? You got Fuller Height, and then all that make up Mulberry. So a lot of us had pride in the little areas that we grew up at, and that kind of helped us challenge each other, which helped Mulberry elevate. And I claim Fuller Height, Mulberry, but I claim Fuller Height. And I appreciate everything for us, all those communities, because I wouldn't be where I'm at now if it wasn't for all those communities.
Nice.
Man. So your first time playing football was when you actually stepped down in Mulberry?
Organized football. Everything else was flag and touching the street. Touch football. No hitting.
That's crazy.
I ain't even know how to put no pads or nothing. For real. Everything was big and stuff. But Coach Vic Smith, man, like it was Stansel, not Hercules, but his brother Troy Stansel. It was Troy Stansel, his brother. And Hercules was already I think he was at the Steelers. But it was Troy Stansel who was my coach on JV. He was my personal coach. And he the one to start giving me confidence. And then when they used to ask for like somebody to go up to the varsity so we can get ran over by Kim Nixon and Marcus Baker, they just sent me. But that toughened me, you know what I mean? And just like I just so appreciative. That's why I always come back. You know, that's why I always come back to Polk, man, try to give back, man, because I remember what the community and different people that gave to me. And I just feel I owe that in return, you know what I mean? And the people that I give back to, eventually they'll come back and give to, just like you all doing right now. It's exactly what y'all doing right now.
It's real.
Man, so how was it playing for the Bobby Bowden era, that dynasty?
Man, you talking about being blessed. I was really wanting to go back up north as I was being recruited. And I was trying to go to Pittsburgh. I was trying to go to any school that was Northeast because I was from Jersey.
Right.
And it just so happened I had a visit with Florida State, and Coach Bowden asked me, was I coming? And I went, and as I look back on it, you know, a lot of things that you do in life, you really don't know the impact of them until you know what I'm saying, you look back on them afterwards and the impact. And I wouldn't trade my experience, the class, the years I went to Florida State for no other era. You know, I came in with Deion Sanders and Sammy Smith, and that mid-'80s, we started it. I mean, we really did. The dynasty, you know what I'm saying, back then.
Right.
Of Florida State. And I was a part of that, you know what I mean? And it's just tremendous to this day. A lot of folks remember class of 85's first Florida State class that was ranked #1 in the nation as far as recruiting. Look, little old Dedrick Dodge from Mulberry, Florida. Was a part of that.
Wow.
Odell Higgins from Bartow, who's still there, was my classmate. You know what I mean? Just tremendous as I look back on it. Bobby Bowden's a Christian guy, father figure type guy, a family guy, well respected worldwide, not nationally, just about him. So I couldn't have been coached by a better group of coaches than Bobby Bowden and Coach Andrews and those coaches, man. I was spoiled, really was spoiled, man. And I tell students this, man, that I coach now and teach. I really have been blessed. Everywhere I've been, I've had good coaches. I mean, everywhere. I had good coaches at Mulberry. I did. I had good coaches at Mulberry. I had good coaches in college, and I had good coaches on every NFL team that I've been. So I try to pride myself on being the best that I can be for the student athlete as I go around different colleges and motivational speaking things on that nature, because I remember what was given to me.
Nice.
Absolutely, man. So playing for the London Monarchs, how was that in NFL Europe?
Hey, yo. So I tell students this, man, all the time. Now I'm gonna go back. When I was in high school, I never thought about college. I'm raised by my great grandmother. You know what I mean? It's all about yes, sir, no, sir, and being the best in character and integrity. But she knew about college. You know, my grandparents never graduated from high school. You know what I'm saying? It was that. I'm raised by that.
Right.
But they gave me all, you know what I'm saying, the other things that I needed. And so I wasn't thinking about college. I was doing well because I loved how my family and friends reacted when I did well. You know, oh, he from Fuller Heights, you know what I'm saying? Oh, he from Mulberry, you know what I'm saying? I read Mulberry to this day. He from Mulberry, you know what I mean? So I just love that. But I never thought about college, never. Then I started getting letters. All right, then so I get to Florida State. All right, I never think about the NFL. Never. I just wanted to graduate. So I graduated with a degree in criminology. I go work at Anheuser-Busch in Newark, New Jersey. I'm working. And I had this little agent was caught straight.
When was this?
This was when I graduated from college in '89.
Right. Okay.
I had just had a shoulder operation. I never thought about the NFL. Never. I swear, never thought about the NFL. Dexter Carter was drafted, all these different things. I wasn't drafted. But anyway, when I was working at Anheuser-Busch in Newark, New Jersey. And that's what I thought I was going to do, to retire like my auntie. And a little agent kept calling me in New Jersey. His name was Mike Myers. I'll never forget him. And he hit me with this line, yo. He said, you don't want to be like what if. So he didn't want, in life, as we sitting there talking now, I wonder if I could have played in that. And so that what got me back to Tallahassee. So I left and came back to Tallahassee and was training. And Leroy Butler, who just got inducted to the Hall of Fame, Leroy Butler for the Green Bay Packers, he said, we come out the same draft class. He said, when the scouts come see me, I'm going to call you so you can come work out with me. And he did. Out of 30 teams, only one team offered me a free agent contract. One, and I was Seattle Seahawks. And they was watching tape on Leroy Butler on film and happened to see me because I had a good game. And so they said, we'll bring you as a free agent. And then once I got my foot in the door, I knew I could play in the NFL. And that's what got everything started. And so then I went there. I got released first, but I knew it wasn't because of numbers. It wasn't because I couldn't play. Right. And so the World League came out. You asked about London Monarchs. The World League had came out that spring. And we had to do a combine and try out. And London drafted me. And I went over there and showed out. And we won the World League Championship. And Seattle brought me back. And the 7, 8 years run went from there.
Man, I wanted to ask you, I had a question written down, just what you just hit on, going undrafted in '89. Yes. I always really like to dig into the psyche of a professional athlete and, actually going to work, getting prompted by your agent to come back and, not be that what if guy. When you don't have a guaranteed contract, when you don't have that long leash from being a top pick, the mentality you have to just remain focused, not fold under the pressure. How was that like for you? Like, how were you able to build that confidence up, knowing that your leash wasn't as long as somebody else's, and then extend that into an 8-year career?
The guy, my friend, his name is Victor Floyd. He's who I coach with now, West Oaks Christian Academy here in Orlando, west side of Orlando. He came out a year before me at Florida State, and he went to Atlanta. I think he was at San Diego. He was at Atlanta or San Diego. Anyway, he came back to work out at Florida State. A lot of guys used to come back when they went off, and me and him was working out on the field. I'm still in school, and he told me, he said, my nickname the Blade, so they called me the Blade. They called me the Blade because they said I was so skinny when I got there. I got hide behind a blade of grass. Now then I come out and I cut people. That's how the name arrived. I was so skinny I got behind a blade of grass. Then I cut people. That's how I got it. Anyway, he said, Blade, man, you can play in the NFL. Now I'm still in college, so I'm like, me? He said, man, I done been there. I'm telling you, you can play. Mm-hmm. That's what gave me the confidence. Like, if Victor Floyd said I could play, somebody that played with you, you know what I'm saying? Like, right. I done been there. I done seen you. I done seen them. If you get in the right spot, you can play. And so that gave me the confidence. And when I went to Seattle as a free agent, I seen it. And so my mentality was this. A lot of the guys that were in camp and that I was playing and going against, we had them beat in college. Guys from Clemson, University of Miami, Florida, LSU, Michigan. We played all of them when I was in college. We did. Michigan State. You know what I mean? We played all of them in there. Now they had took another step up. It's like going from Pop Warner to JV, from JV to varsity. I tell them, every level you go up, you got to separate yourself. So I had that confidence that where I came from, they moved up a level. I'm moving up a level right along with you. So I had that chip on my shoulder. I had the undrafted chip on my shoulder now. Like trying to prove them wrong that I belong. So that's how I just played. It ain't always go right with some coaches and stuff. I just had that attitude. But it helped fuel me to this day of just trying to be the best that I can be and prove them wrong. And going to London really helped because it then showed the NFL, a lot of NFL players there, that I still could play. And then Seattle had brought me back. But just being undrafted, I wasn't, I'm going to say this here. I wasn't in awe. I respected everybody in the league, but I wasn't in awe of them. Mm-hmm. Why? Because I came from Florida State. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Never lost a bowl game. You know what I mean? We playing against Miami. I played against you guys. You know what I'm saying? Beat some of you guys.
How was it playing with Deion Sanders? I know your junior year you had 5 picks. Deion had 5 picks.
Right.
What was that experience like? Your junior year.
Prime is the ultimate teammate, ultimate athlete, ultimate entertainer. He is all the above. Deion Sanders is not only a great man, he's top tier. I'm talking Deion Sanders is a man that's on the same level as Denzel Washington. And you name him. D, I'm telling you, he has always been that way, that he can draw that. Like Deion can call anybody. And they'd be like, they don't even call him Deion, you know what they call him? They call him Prime. That's where he at. You know what I'm talking about? And so you see it now at Jackson State. Deion gave us a lot of confidence. So when we came in together, D was like, he used to always say there was money on the hill. You never know who watching. Every time you practice it, man, you got to practice like it's game day. It's money on the hill. And that's, that always rolled with us. It gave us confidence. Miami already had that swagger, but Deion kind of brought it to Florida State. We all just piggybacked off him and went that level. He brings, no matter where he goes, he brings a sense of confidence, the best out of someone who don't think they're the best. He gonna get the best out of them. A sense of swagger, a sense of professionalism, a sense of you name it. When it comes to being the best, that's what he instills on that. Just a tremendous individual. I've been fortunate. One of the best athletes I think I've ever played with in college and in the NFL. Did the same thing with the San Fran. He elevated it. That's how we won the Super Bowl. It was really because when Deion came, he just upped it a little bit. You know what I mean? Just as far as confidence and challenging everybody and making everybody feel comfortable and feel confident. That's what type man he is.
Man.
Super Bowl 29 in Joe Roberts Stadium in your home state. Like, how was that experience being from Florida and being able to play in the Super Bowl in your home state?
I'm gonna say this. That first Super Bowl, I didn't play in because I got hurt in the championship game. So really, to us, the championship game was the Super Bowl because we beat Dallas, and we had already smashed San Diego. We knew we was gonna smash them again. I'm sorry, San Diego, no disrespect. Natron means and all you brothers, man. Peace to y'all, man. I got a lot of respect, but we knew we was gonna smash y'all. We just smashed y'all. Dallas was a team that our team was built to beat. You know what I mean? Just stacked, loaded as they were. And so I didn't play in that game, but I was there. Kind of hurt me a little bit because wish I could have been out there, but I was there on the sideline and everything like that. Still was a great experience. Steve Young's first Super Bowl, a lot of firsts for a lot of guys that had never won a Super Bowl ring. It's just no other feeling like when you win a championship, a world championship. You know what I mean? And I say this anyway. Any championship, I tell them that when you win it, when you don't beat everybody you were supposed to beat, it's just fantastic. Especially when you're the first to be with somebody like Steve. This was Steve. Steve Young won one Super Bowl. I happen to be a part of that. You know what I'm talking about? So that's forever a memory with me, with that team. Of living that out. It's just no other thing like just winning a championship, Super Bowl or NHL, NBA. It was just fantastic, unreal.
So we talk about leading a Vander to 11-3 record as a coach, and you led another team, Victory Christian, to 10-4. Like, obviously, you know what you're doing. You know how to motivate. You know how to get the best out of your players. Like, what is it that you instill in your players to gain that confidence to get the best out of them to yield these results that you may get?
I see y'all done your homework. Yeah, I see y'all done your homework. Everything that was, this is what I tell them. anybody that I coach and I teach, especially when I coach. These things that I teach and pass on to them, I didn't make up. I learned them from people who taught me. So everything I give you is what I was taught. And I call it my toolbox. And so like I'm sitting here talking with you right now. Everybody got a toolbox. And if I see something great and hear something great, I'll put it in my toolbox and then I share it with anybody that I come in contact with, because I want them to be the best that they can be. My coaches wanted me to be the best I can be. And so I now reiterate that to the people that I speak to, motivational speak on that. So I am highly passionate. Mulberry gave me confidence. You know what I'm saying? Well, Florida State, it was Mulberry that gave me confidence. My senior year, I know this haven't been done. They can say what they want to say. I play both ways. I led the county in interceptions and receptions. I play both ways. I don't think nobody has done that. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't even know that. I thought you played safety and cornerback.
Nah, I played safety and I played wide receiver. I went to Florida State as a wide receiver. I was first team All-State as wide receiver. Wow. Should have been first team All-State as a DB. Both. Wow. Yeah, but I went to Florida State as a wide receiver. Yeah, then they switched me to DB when in the spring, which was better for me for my aggression. And so I always say that, but I'm from Mulberry. And so I tell kids this when I talk to them. Look, if you good, they'll find you. You know what I'm talking about? If you good, they will find you, but you just have to invest and put out the effort into that. But it was Mulberry that gave me the confidence and everything, where the tools that help me achieve everything that I achieve now. And so now I remember my coaches. Now I give back. I give back to all the things that he told me. Bobby Bowden, Deion Sanders, you all. I mean, everywhere I go, if I get something, I put it in my toolbox and I share it, because I'm trying to motivate and inspire young student athletes to be the best that they can be. I now live through them that I don't play. We do that as parents, don't we? You know what I'm saying? Boy, your son lived through, your dad lived through you. We do that through coaches. We do that through teachers. We want you to do well. We live through them, and that's what I do now.
Nice.
So what would you say made Steve Young good? I mean, I know you got to see Steve Young firsthand. He's one of my favorite quarterbacks. I know you've seen him in practice and maybe even played against him when you was with the Broncos. What would you say is the main attribute that Steve Young got that make him successful? I know he's very intelligent.
That whole team, San Francisco, professionalism, determination, drive, perseverance, grit, you name it. They had unselfishness. Steve Young is. Steve Young, even though he's a superstar, he talked to Dedrick Dodge. And you be like, this man, did he just say good morning to me? He live undrafted,
like that.
But he treated everybody the same. It was nobody different. And I feel, just me in my opinion, and you know, he said when he won the Super Bowl, he got that monkey off his back. It's hard when you come behind another Hall of Famer. You come behind Joe Montana. It's like anybody that go to Denver, y'all still trying to replace Elway, and nobody has. Well, you know, Peyton Manning came, but he's not really a Denver guy. We still see him as Indianapolis. But Steve Young had to do that in San Fran. So for him to do it without Steve Young on his own, win on his own, I know it was tremendous for him. Because, you know, a lot of guys on that team had already, 49ers like Jerry Rice and them had already had Super Bowl rings. But for Steve Young to do it, but just an awesome individual. Him and John Elway, they was regular dudes. They did not act differently or made you feel inferior to them. Steve Young, he didn't. He just was just a good dude. And he loved being challenged. So even though I played like a lot of scout team, I started on nickel, but I played scout team, he would come ask me questions if I broke on the ball, like what you saw me do. You know what I mean? He asked me, what you saw me? I said, well, you looked this way or you did this. And he would correct that so that he could be the best he can be. even to an undrafted guy like Dedrick Dodge.
Wow.
The little things, details.
Little things, man.
Nice. Man, I know a lot of people out there, if you watching this, I know y'all probably heard of the infamous Seminole rap song. Mr. Dedrick had some bars in that, man. Who can't say that?
Say again. Say that last line again.
Who came up with that
All right.
idea?
All right.
And did you write your raps?
I wrote mine, and we shared in writing everybody else's. People think that it was my idea to this day, but it wasn't. I just was an entertainer when I was in college. So I still had Jersey in me. Fat laces, Kango, Lee jeans. I think I'm Run DMC. So, I used to rap a little bit. You know what I mean? I wasn't no superstar cat, but, I said little lines and stuff. But I was like in theater. I was in theater at Mulberry. So I love that act, make people laugh. Somebody had found out. I forgot. That was okay. I can't forget this young man's name. And it was his idea, Seminole rap. Now, let me say this. The idea was good. The timing was wrong. You don't make a Seminole rap before the season starts. You know what I'm saying? You do it afterwards. And the University of Miami got a hold of it, and they smashed us. You know what I'm saying? UM, you got that one. My junior year. Yeah, bulletin board material. Jimmy Johnson got a hold of it. It wasn't a smart move to do it before the season. But it wasn't my idea, but I did help with everything. And to this day, people like to look at it with Odell Higgins and Deion and me and Dave Roberts and all the guys, Chip Ferguson and all the guys that rapped on it. It was cool. We thought about like the Chicago Bears in '85. We just done it at the wrong time. If we had to do it over again, we would have waited till we won and then did it like the Bears did rather than do it before and give everybody bulletin board material to play their best against us.
Yo, let me ask you this, man. How do you feel about the new college landscape of, athletes getting paid? And how would you compare that to when you was in school?
I understand the NCAA makes so much money. So I understand the business aspect of it. Athletics, NFL, I'm not NFL, but college as we knew it is gone. I just think I'm old school now. I want them to get some change, but I don't want it to be that they get change where they don't work hard anymore and you can't coach them or tell them anything. Right. Because now you're making more money than the coach. You know what I'm saying? Now, I think that hurts the team aspect of wanting to win together. I think that's what the portal does to a lot of guys. They don't want to compete anymore. And I'm not saying all of them. Right. In some situations like Justin Fields, in certain quarterbacks, it's a good thing. Joe Burrows is another example, mainly with quarterbacks more than often. But when you're talking about other guys, competition is what you're going to see in the NFL. So if you're trying to prepare somebody for the NFL, you just can't bounce in the NFL. When they sign you, like right now they're doing cuts. You got to beat out somebody. Well, where you learn that at? You learn that in college. Yeah. You know what I mean? So like if it ain't going your way and you said you was going to play me, not that you earned it. No, you just want me to play, then you bounce and get into the portal. And you go somewhere, all right, where there's no competition. You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it. You know what I mean? So I think it damages a little bit on that. Now, should I think they get their little change? Yeah, but I think it needs to be some stipulations on it so that it keeps guys hungry to want to be the best they can be. You can give a guy a lot of money and he'll never want to play again. I'm already paid. So what's his motivation? Right. If he already got $1 million or $2 million, ain't no motivation. What's my motivation to be on time for practice or stay late after practice? You know what I'm saying? Back then it was getting the millions. But what if you already got $1 million? What's your motivation? I just think it has to be a balance. I don't know it. They ain't smart enough. But I think if they put a balance, it can work. Do want them to get their change. But it has to be a balance where I can keep those guys accountable and motivated to be the best that they want to be rather than be complacent. But you already coming in there with a Dodge Charger with all the smoke. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing for you to work for. You already got it.
That's real.
Yo, so one of the our people watching, they're asking, did you ever match up against Jerry Rice in practice, and how was that experience?
I was a safety, and so Jerry Rice was a wide receiver, and so the only ones. Let me tell everybody who's watching about the NFL. You got marquee player. Now look, I was in the NFL, but I wasn't a marquee player. I wasn't up there. Now look, Jerry Rice is a person. I'm gonna give you a situation. I'm at Florida State, and everybody leave, so I could hit anybody, run at anybody. I don't care who it was. It wasn't no hands off. When you get to the NFL, and y'all see this in watching games. That's why they got them penalties. They don't let nobody hit nobody. I remember running by. I didn't even touch Jerry Rice. I just ran by him, but I was too close. And I remember George Seifert blowing the whistle, stopping practice, calling me up there and said, that's the quickest bus ticket back to Orlando, which means this, you stay away from that man. That's our money, man. You know what I'm talking about? And so for me to go again, it wasn't no going against Jerry. He was Jesus. He was Jesus, and the Red Sea opened when he caught the ball. You better stay away from Jerry. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know how right now. Deion Sanders can get with him and all them cats, but the Dodgers couldn't. But let me tell you something. But you talking about an ultimate competitor. When I first went to San Fran and worked out for them, because they worked me out 4 times before they signed me. And I went to San Fran, and Jerry Rice in shorts is practicing the same speed as he in full pads. I mean, everything you've heard about Jerry Rice and his work ethic is, I'm sitting here telling you it's real. Full speed all day, every day. That's why he the GOAT. And I'm talking about even when offense wasn't on the field, he was on the sideline, him and Steve Young, practicing one-hand catches, tap-toe catches on the side. He was never just sitting still. So he was never just like watching. He was always doing something to make himself better. He catch the ball, he run all the way to the end zone. I mean, all the way to the end zone.
Finishing.
That was very right. Finish. Wow. And that's where Terrell Owens got it from. Y'all see Terrell Owens, he wear those black tights?
Yeah.
That was Jerry. Terrell Owens ain't coming in doing it like that. You know what I'm talking about? He'll tell you. And he's a great dude. Ultimate athlete. That was Jerry. Jerry mentored him. He saw Jerry, and his work ethic mirrored Jerry's work ethic. And that's how Terrell Owens was able to be Terrell Owens, by watching the greatest. That's tremendous, man. You're talking about a cat that was truly blessed. I played for 4 teams. And every team I played behind a Pro Bowler. Every one of them. And I was pushing them, trying to beat them. A Pro Bowler. Like an all-NBA guy. You know what I'm talking about? Every one of them. Ronnie Lott wasn't there when I was there, but Tim McDonald and Merton Hanks was.
Oh, Merton Hanks.
Merton Hanks and Tim McDonald, both of them Pro Bowlers. Eugene Robinson in Seattle was a Pro Bowler. Steve Atwater in Denver was a Pro Bowler. And Rodney Harrison in San Diego was a Pro Bowler. I was behind them guys.
Yo, you ever hit Tom, my man Rappner from the 49ers?
I'm glad I didn't. Might not have made 3 or 4 years. I didn't get to play against Big Tom, but Big Tom Rappner remind me of Allstott from the Bucks.
Yeah,
you got some in the league, man. It's some live, some big dudes there, man. You got to put your big boy pads on, man, and hope to survive. I ain't gonna lie. I played when Christian Okoye, the Nigerian Nightmare, was at Kansas City.
Sir.
Yeah, they say he was 300 pounds with all his pads on. Here I am, 180. What I'm gonna do with 300 pounds? The law of physics, you know what I'm saying? But you got to get him down, man. I played with and some great cats, man, for real.
Did you see Christian Okoye in the alley on the ISO?
I saw him just on the field, and he was as scary on the field, scarier to me as he was on the Sports Illustrated and on the NFL films. But I love when the time when Steve Atwater had bought that thing to him one time. He hit him pretty nice. Steve Atwater was fearless. Steve Atwater him and John Lynch was like, and Dennis Smith was like linebackers playing safety, man. Just You know what? And we sit here and talk about it. Here, little old Dedrick Dodge from 3rd Street, full of hype, Mulberry, 2A high school, was able to be in the midst and travel and to be around those men. I'm just truly blessed. But I owe it again to who? I owe it to Mulberry, man, and all those communities that help instill in me the confidence for me to be able to go and achieve the goals that I have. I really do. I would have never played at the level I played at, especially in NFL, if it wasn't for the people, Coach Colin Smith, Big Smith, and all the people, man, that I met from Mulberry who still inspire me to this day.
That's real.
Man, looking at all the picks you got, man, like it look like you're a great center fielder back there.
Mm-hmm.
Would you prefer the two high look or one high safety?
It don't matter. I'm gonna get to the ball. So like I'm gonna read the quarterback and I'm gonna get to the ball. I was blessed with instinct and I was blessed with a little toughness. Even though I'm real skinny, you know, I'm a 2x4. It'll bust somebody inside the head, you know. 2x4 do some damage. You know what I'm saying? So like, oh yeah, man. I was just blessed with instinct, man. Just, you know, I thank God for that. I was blessed with instinct, with a toughness. I'm loud. You know what I'm saying? I try to pride myself on being smart, knowing formations. You got to be that way in the NFL. You can't last. I don't care how talented you are. If you can't remember your plays and know how to get checks in, they're not going to keep you. They're going to get rid of you and draft somebody next year in the draft to replace you.
Let me ask you this, man. What was your NFL aha moment, or your welcome to the NFL moment, rather?
And it really wasn't on the field. It was when I was with Seattle, and we played in Tokyo, and we was playing the Denver Broncos, and we was practicing against them. It was preseason game, and we was practicing against them. And I remember I was looking across the field, and it was football players going through bags, the drills, right? And so I said, man, them linebackers are quick. They got some quick feet. And somebody say, man, them ain't linebackers, them safeties. That's Steve Atwater and Dennis Smith. And I was like, what? Steve Atwater, that's biggest linebackers. That was my man, this the NFL. You know what I'm saying? Look how big, man. Steve Allen, Dennis Smith, 6'3", I don't know, 220 something. Here I am, 180. And here them boys is them linebacker size. But they were just going through the back. That was my okay, this the real deal up here in the NFL. That was my welcome to the NFL moment.
Wow. Did you say your technique being how tall are you?
I'm 6'3".
6'3", 180.
180. Look. I went into college 6'3", 153.
What?
How did you survive? How did you survive? Like
look,
technique.
I wore a lot of pads. I had on spider pads up under my shoulder pads. I wore wrestling pads. I was padded up. I looked like a little robot out there, man. My little shoulders was all up high. Look, I ain't gonna lie. I was self-conscious of me being skinny. They was teasing me. They was trying to find a nickname for me. They was gonna give me one.
Right.
They teased me. I'm the president of Ethiopia. I can hula hoop in a Cheerio. Oh yeah, they was getting it to me. I could turn sideways high. I mean, they was getting them. And then it was a coach. Rest in peace. His name was Coach McDuffie, offensive coordinator. Everybody was scared of McDuffie. And he was behind me in lunch line. And I was scared. I was like, oh man. And he said, he had a scruffy voice. He said, you know what? He said, you're skinny. He said, you're skinny as a blade of grass. He said, your name is the Blade. And everybody started laughing and stuff and laughing. And they've been calling me the Blade ever since. And then it turned into because I was hitting some cats now. I ain't gonna, don't get it twisted. I was striking some cats up in there. You gotta get that respect, yo. You know what I mean? They teaching you, calling my town Mayberry. You know what I'm saying? No, it's not Mayberry, it's more. Oh yeah. So how you gonna change that narrative? You gotta do something. You know what I'm talking about? For me to change the narrative, man, I'll tell you, my first tattoo was represent, because I was gonna represent where I was from. You don't know. You know what I mean? So that was part of my chip on my shoulder too, man. Y'all ain't gonna be talking about my little town to me. I'm from there. You know what I mean? So I had to, do what I had to do, man, to get that respect. And that's how they's like, all right, he cutting people now. So now I went from a double dip for like he's skinny to hide behind a blade of grass to he'll cut somebody like a blade of grass. And I tell him to this day, man, I'm 55, my cleats in the trunk. I still cut him. The blade's still sharp.
Hey, I see you out there working out with the kids.
My cleats still in the trunk.
Listen,
taking all that, yo.
I see you out there working out with the kids in the practices. I saw some videos, some footage of you posting, you working out in their backyard, doing the up downs. And I'm looking at your hips. I'm like, this cat hips like wide open, like they like flexible, like moving like with precision, man. That's crazy.
I'm still trying. Look, I'm still scarred from New Jersey. You know, when you get bullied and you get teased, and guys are better than you, and because you were shy, sometimes you never forget that, and that's what creates the chip on your shoulder. And so, even though a lot of guys was better than me then early, I done caught up to them. I'm better than them now, and I be wanting to face them to this day because I remember. You know what I'm saying? Not picking me and things. Oh man, want them. So I want to make sure I stay in shape. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm ready to get that smoke and open up that can anytime I cross paths with them. You know, I got people like, let it go, D. I ain't letting nothing go. I'm ready. Let nothing. Still, look, like Tom Brady said, I kept the receipts. I got them. I got them. Kept them.
That's real.
Hey man, I seen where you knocked out the receiver out, man, over there in NFL Europe on the sideline on the goal.
Yeah.
Well, it was cover 2, caught him over the top.
Yeah, man. It's you get fined for that heavy now. But back then, you know, you can put the face mask up under a cat chin and stuff. I just caught him. Matter of fact, you know who the quarterback was for San Antonio? It was Jason Garrett. Jason Garrett.
Oh wow.
Jason Garrett was the quarterback for San Antonio Riders then, man. I just caught him. I caught a lot of people though.
That man
I just caught it right. Yeah.
You caught it right.
He was out. They thought it was Nah, he did. And so like I didn't want him to be hurt like that. You know what I mean? We be wanting not to win our cats and knock them out, but we never want him to be like hurt, like broken bones and nothing like that. So like after a while, when he was laying down there a while, man, I was concerned. But it turned the game around though. Ain't nothing like a big hit or a big shot, you know what I'm saying, a 3-pointer or whatever, or goal that turn the game around because they was battling with us. But after that hit right there, it kind of turned our way and allowed us to come out with the win.
Gain that momentum.
Momentum, brother.
Yes, sir. No, man. Hey, like, share, subscribe, man. Go talk, man. Dope interview, man. Right now, man. I'm glad to have you on, man. Like,
glad to be here. That's my homeboy, man.
Yes, sir.
Yo, his dad, I'm telling you, man. His dad is a bad dude, boy. Them boys come out the full of hype, man, and punk us all, man.
Hey, man, listen, I hear stories from, rest in peace, my Uncle Fred.
Oh, yeah.
Gut, Gut.
Yeah.
Uncle Tim.
Yeah, man.
When I was coming up, they used to be coming to my basketball games and stuff, but they be cheering me on, but they always go back to my father, man. Be like,
bad luck. Come out on Sundays. Cat come out the full of hype. And we didn't have a little half court, that little rim back there, man, in the woods. And if you wasn't tough, you could not get on the court. You could not. They would not let you, man. They would talk about you. They wouldn't let nobody pick you. You picking him, he can't play. We don't want. I mean, man, for real, man. You talking about bullies, bullies, man, for real. You have to be. So I learned it like it taught me. You know what I'm talking about? If you're going to be able to get out there, man, you're going to have to be tough. You know what I'm saying? To be able to compete. What kind of competitor are you? Because I was dealing with some hardcore competitors, man. And they ain't take nothing lightly. They ain't take you soft or nothing. Nothing. It wasn't, that's so-and-so son or whatever. They ain't care, man. They wanted to murk everything. That's how they played every single time I seen them, man. Every single time. And now I see him, look, you're a pastor now. Yep. You're a friend of him. Man, you used to try to kill me.
Hey, now when I go check him out, when I go to his house, man, when I go to his house and visit, I come in the door, man. He look at me. He like, man, look at them grass snake for arms you got, man.
Yes.
Like, he always cracking
Yes.
jokes.
Bad
got
dude,
something
man.
slick to say, man.
Beautiful family, man. You, man. So proud of you.
Appreciate
you know what I'm saying?
Man.
Your family and everything. I followed you. You know that I follow anybody Mulberry, man, and saw what you was doing and how you was doing.
Thank you.
Just, I'm proud of you now, man, as far as everything you're doing, real estate and all that, entrepreneurship, man. You just really motivated. And so, like, that's what I'm talking about. I take things like that and put in my toolbox, and I use you and you all in my speech as I go. You know what I'm talking about? Like, you want to start a podcast, man, you can. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of kids got aspirations. And like I learned from a guy, Kathleen, he said, you can't be what you can't see. You know what I mean? So I try to like take pictures and things and aspirations and give to the student athletes, man, so they can see it, so they can be the best they can be. Whatever that they want to be, I want them to let them know that they can be that, just like you all.
It's real, man. I appreciate that, man. That's love.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Now, man, unless you got any other questions, man,
we got to let him go. We can't let him go without asking him this question. We asked him.
I already know what it is. Yes, sir.
You already know what I'm about to ask him, right?
Yes, sir. Go ahead with it.
Kobe, not LeBron or Mike?
Mike. The only reason let me tell you why I say Mike. I got a lot of respect for LeBron, and of course he's up there. The thing that makes this to me, the thing that makes Mike different is his natural swag. We talk about Deion. To me, LeBron tries hard to be that. Mike didn't have to try hard. Mike was Mike. Deion is Deion.
Right.
To me, that's what separates them. Like, Michael Jordan is a brand name. Kind of like the movie, right? What is it with Denzel? It's a brand. It's a brand. He is. People wear Jordans to this day like it's Gucci or anything like that. You know what I mean? That's what type name this man had built. He bought flair, just natural flair, charisma, things that the league had never seen before on a consistent level of determination. It's probably no more as gifted athlete as LeBron James. I think what separates him, Jordan from him, is just Jordan's natural. Everybody's been trying to overtake Jordan as far as that. Now, we know there's a lot of guys in the NBA, man, won a lot of rings and things like that. But it's something about his mystique. You know what I mean? And I compare Deion. It's just something about Deion. That's Deion. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. Ramsey's Ramsey, but he ain't Deion.
Right.
Dow Green, Rod Woodson, great NFL players. But they ain't Deion. They ain't prime time. LeBron James and Steph Curry, you can name whoever, Bill Russell, Wilt Chamberlain, super Hall of Famers, Mount Rushmore, but they ain't Michael Jordan. You know what I'm saying? It just ain't Michael Jordan. I'm sorry.
That's real.
When it comes to like names, like worldwide and things, like it's just something about, he got the it factor, Right. Mike got the it factor, and it's just hard to downplay that. You know what I mean? Even though I love me some LeBron too, but you know, it's got like, I got Jordans. I don't have not one pair of sneakers that say LeBron on. Not one. I got LeBron shorts. I got Jordan shorts, Jordan sneakers, Jordan shirt. You know, you got a Jordan hat. Yo, man, this dude, man.
Yeah. I'm 0 for 4, man. So Terrell up. I'm 0 for 4.
Yes.
4th episode.
Cool.
Yes, sir.
One more thing, man. I seen you on your highlights, man. You called a pick on my Hokies and you stunning us. You stunning on us on the side.
Who was that? Who was your team, brother?
Virginia Tech.
Oh yeah, man. On the sideline. That was before Virginia Tech became Virginia Tech when Mike Vick got there. And they was coming there, man. Blacksburg is a very tough place to play. I know we played them home that time, but we've been in Blacksburg. I know they're trying to get it back as we trying to get it back. Florida State is trying to get it back, man. You know what I'm saying? It takes a little time. But I remember when that was when Virginia Tech was coming to beat Virginia Tech. And, of course, Michael Vick took it to another level with Coach Beamer. in them being there, man. So it's always been wasn't really a rivalry for us then, as it was after I left. Our rivalry games was Florida and Miami, period. And I think it will always be that with Florida State, even though they got the upper hand on us right now, still will always be, I respect Miami, and I'm sorry, Gators, but I hate y'all. They know it. Secret. I ain't even got no orange juice in my house. I don't like nothing orange blue. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? Look, you check it out. Look, the orange and blue. Now, even though Mulberry don't ever beat Bartow, that's high school. For some reason, they was considered our rival when we was there. Even though we rarely beat them in anything, I still hate Bartow. I do. I hate Bartow. And then I go to Florida State, and it's orange and blue as Florida, and I hate Florida. And I'm saying it with a smile on my face, but I hate them. I hate them, and I hate Bartow. Ain't no secret.
Hey,
so let me ask you, did you at least have a good game against Bartow?
Yes. But they've always been better than us. Far as they had more players than us. Like even my senior year, we can beat them for a half, but we didn't never have the firepower to hold up for the whole game. To be able to beat them in the end. My senior year, they was really good. They lost to Emmitt Smith and them in the Final Four. That's how good they was. Yeah, Bartow, that team. Yeah, man. Emmitt Smith. Huh?
Doug Parham?
Yep. But Doug and the other 17 guys that went Division I on their team. Yeah, them. They went to college. I don't know they went Division I, but they was really stacked. I mean, we might have had 4. It was me. I don't know, Johnny Wiggs. It might have been 4 of us, but they had a team stacked. Always been tough, man. Bartow always been. I had a good game on them though. I'll tell you. I had a good season, man. Thanks to Mulberry and all them guys, man, that supported me, man. I got me. You gonna get me.
Man, that's crazy. You actually led you was first team at receiver and cornerback.
And safety. That's my senior year.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
How many
catches? 12 interceptions. Had 12 interceptions at a DB, and I led the county in receptions back then. Yep.
How many you had? Receptions?
I had 52 back then. I had 52. Yeah, but we used to throw the ball a lot at Mulberry. I remember my junior year, we had 4 guys in the county that was in the top 10 in receptions. That team really motivated me too. Kim Nixon, Mark, I can name that whole team. When I first got to Mulberry, and I was a little 10th grader, and Kim Nixon, Scott Weatherington, Brian Smith, Pookie McPlatt, Marcus Baker, Wayne Bender, Bebop. I mean, I can name that, Mike Smith, all them guys, man. Terry Carter. I can remember because I was in all them guys. I was like, man, these the baddest dudes. You know what I'm saying? I think that year they lost to Bartow 6-0. That was a really good Mulberry team. Lost to them 6-0.
Wow.
If I'm not mistaken. But that still shows you how good Bartow was back then. Now, it's kind of tough for Bartow now because there's so many communities that done got outside of Bartow. Lake Region wasn't there, so a lot of athletes go to a lot of different places. But their tradition is still strong, being over there in Bartow. And we're trying to really hold that and build that back in Mulberry where it is. But it's kind of hard when you got Lakeland that grows into Mulberry, and you got George Jenkins, and students can go where they want to go. And a lot of young people don't live in Mulberry no more. They go live off different places. Kind of hard to hold on to them athletes again. So now Shepherd Road and those they go to George Jenkins, or they'll go to Kathleen rather than come to Mulberry. So that kind of hurts us because you need good athletes to be able to be competitive.
I don't like the way the landscape is now.
But I still rep the blue and white. And Mulberry still got 2 Super Bowl rings. I don't care what nobody said.
Facts.
We got 2 Super Bowl rings.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
That's real, man. Well, we appreciate you coming on the show, man. You gave us a lot of good energy and a lot of stories.
Yeah, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate you, man. Proud of you, brothers, man. And much luck to you, man, for what you're doing, man. You're an inspiration to me. You motivate me. You know what I mean? To go out and be the best that I can be, man. Keep life into me, man. So I appreciate you guys.
Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
Go 49ers, man.
Salute. The Niners.
Yes, sir.
No blooded.
No blooded, baby. You said. Y'all said. That's why I came on here, yo.
Hey, Terrell Hogan. He played at Virginia Tech with Vic.
That's
you know
okay. That's okay.
He couldn't get at Florida State where he went to play with Vic. So
one of my best friends is Tyrone Drakeford that graduated from
Drake.
Deuce, what we call him, man. That's one of my best friends, man. Yeah, we played the 49ers together.
Yeah, he played that too. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All
still
right, man.
Still go Noles.
For sure.
Yes, sir.
All right, man.
All right, brother. Appreciate y'all, man. Y'all have a good night.
Yes, sir.
All right. Yes, sir.
That was good, bro.
Oh, we live.
Oh, my bad.
Cut it.